Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Superchain Demo Day. We do this every 2 weeks, gives projects a chance to come in and show what they're building within the Superchain. So today we have three great projects for you. Each will get about 10 minutes to do their demo, and then another 5 for any community questions. Anybody watching this on Twitter, you can drop any questions that you have in the comments where we're live streaming, and we get to them after each demo. All right, beautiful. Jelly, without further ado, I'll kick it over to you.
Hey, my name is Jordan. I go by the handle DorkJelly. I'm here from AgentCoin to present to you an agent that we built for Superfest. The purpose of this agent is to make completing missions as fast as possible, and so we're calling this agent Super Agent. And so in order to get started, you just go to superfest.agentcoin.org, go ahead and click Enter, and it'll prompt you to join our Discord and join this Super Agent channel. And so I'll go ahead and show that right now. Inside of the AgentCoin Discord, just find the Super Agent channel and go ahead and type /start to start interacting with the agent. It will send you a direct message. Here in this direct message, it says, "Hey, I'm here to help you complete incentivized Superfest missions in record time. To get started, simply tell me what your budget is, what chain you'd like to work on, and what your wallet address is." And so first, I'm going to say that my budget is $100. Address is dorkjelly.eth, and do this for the base chain. And so what the agent will do is it'll take your input, it'll look at the holdings that you have on chain, and it'll contrast that with the different missions that are available for you on the chain you've chosen. It uses all of the incentivized missions, and so you can be rest assured that all these missions that you're completing are going to be giving you OP rewards. And then it will respond back with a detailed plan of how to actually go about completing those missions. And so once it responds here, it should take maybe around like 20 more seconds. Here we go. I've created a mission plan on base chain. Here's the summary of what will be happening. And here's a link to go ahead and execute this plan. We can go into the plan and we can see all the steps outlined here. If we're not sure about something, we can ask details. So for example, what is aerodrome? And the agent can help actually give you knowledge about what these different protocols are and how they work, so that way you can be interacting with them with some confidence. And so it talks about aerodrome being a decentralized exchange in AMM, talks about the voting power with vAero, things like that. So if we're feeling confident, we can go ahead and go through and execute these. I have my wallet connected, and it'll take you through the swaps. We have time here, so I'm going to go ahead and just execute these quickly. Okay, let's confirm. If you're not seeing my MetaMask pop-ups, I'm signing some transactions right now.
This is pretty cool. So it doesn't even send you to the site, like right in your site. It's integrated. You've already kind of mapped out the steps, and they just have to execute them in order.
Yep, yeah, that's correct. So it really speeds up the whole process, since going through all of the different applications and figuring out how to use them takes quite a bit of time. And so this cuts down that time by an order of magnitude, very, very quick. And so instead of waiting to sign all these transactions, what we can do next is I can show you generating plans for other chains. So now do this for Optimism. And it'll do the same thing. While we're waiting, I'll continue with my execution of the base chain plan.
And the bottom mission execution, are those other? Oh, that's still on Arrow. This is the same mission that we're going through, the preparation and then the execution.
Yeah, that's correct. In the preparation steps, we're swapping assets to be able to get the assets that we need to complete these missions. And then down in the execution, we're actually interacting with those protocols. And so
Okay,
here,
excellent. So
I'm
then
interacting with Arrow. Mhm.
if you already had the tokens in your wallet, you could just skip that mission preparation section, or it wouldn't even show it. You just go to the execution.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It wouldn't even show it. It would just show you the mission and no need to swap assets. And then finally here, we will add some liquidity pool tokens.
This is very cool.
All right.
How many missions do you have integrated?
Yeah, so I was just about to show quickly. So now that we've completed all of these, if we go to superfest.optimism and we go into our dashboard to be able to see the active missions, if I connect the right wallet, let me go ahead and connect. It will load all of my active missions in 1 second here. It should pop up. Let me try refreshing. At the top here, it should show you your accumulated OP rewards and then your active missions. Here we go. So here's my accumulated OP rewards and then active missions. And so all these missions I've completed using Super Agent. And so you can see we have a plethora of different missions that are integrated. And to show you that even further, this past mission we just completed was on base chain. And we had just generated one on Optimism. And so we can check this out on Optimism. We have some things for Optimism. And then also for mode, let me just scroll up in my history and find one for mode. Here's a plan for mode chain. And so you can see that we have a lot of different missions integrated. I think in total we have around, I want to say like 25 or 30 missions integrated. Yeah, so that is Super Agent. We think it's the fastest way to complete Optimism missions. Fortunately, the Superfest is almost over, but you know, potentially we could do something similar like this pretty quickly for future potential events that Optimism community puts on. And with Agent Coin, we have a whole plethora of different agents. And so if you go to our website, we have an early access program where you can gain access to our application. And you can see our current agents there inside of the app. You know, feel free to sign up, check out our other agents, and also stay tuned because we're working on some very exciting new things in the future. So thanks so much for allowing Agent Coin to be part of Superfest. We had a blast building this, and we hope that it brings you some value in this Superfest.
Yeah, this is awesome. I definitely see this this serving the use case for sure because I was doing Superfest and I went to the Superfest page and it's just like there's all of these different missions and I have no idea how much OP is attached to each of them or what you have to do until you click into each one. So it's like it's nice to have kind of a tool out there to be like, hey, this is my budget. This is what chain I want to use or get rewards on. And then it's like it gives you step-by-step walkthrough of how to actually complete it, which would have taken a massive amount of research on your own.
Yes, definitely. Very, very streamlined.
All right, very cool. So, how do people use this? So they can go to your site and then join the Discord.
Yep, that's exactly it. Just simply go to superfest.agentcoin.org, click enter, and all the details are right here for you. So very, very straightforward.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. All right, awesome, awesome presentation. Get out there and use Agent Coin. That's a very, very cool tool. All right, yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. All right, so let's see who we have next. Bugbuster app. Let me bring you guys up. How's it going?
Hello,
Hello,
Welcome,
Jess.
hello.
welcome. All right. If you guys want to share your screen, I'll put it up, and then you guys can take it away.
Yes, right now. Glad to be here. Okay, let me present here. Share screen, share screen, entire screen. All right, can you see it?
Perfect.
Yeah,
Great. Let's go.
great. So, hello everyone. My name is Guilherme, and joined with Claudio, will be presenting Bugbuster, which is a trustless open source bug bounty platform. So, first of all, what is a bug bounty if you're not aware of the term? So, bug bounty platforms unite hackers and developers in the task of finding bugs. And to incentivize hackers to find those bugs, uh, there's often a reward that is presented to them. And so they usually submit a bug report, which is assessed by some human. And if they think the bug is valid, they send to the developers, which also can assess its validity. And then finally, if they agree with everything, they reward the hacker. And there are many platforms like this nowadays in Web 2. Maybe the most common one is Immunify, but there are others like Code for Arena and Hat Finance. So now we have Bugbuster. So I'll pass it on to Claudio to present the solution for everyone.
Hello. So you may be asking, you have all these platforms out there, so why you have we need another bug bounty solution? Because my experience is that we have some time spent, most of the times, in disputes about the eligibility of the reports, the criticality of the report, and also the amount of the reward corresponding to the bounty, the report that was submitted between the project and the hackers, and it can be long, 1 week or more, because I can find a vulnerability and submit that, but the project can say, "Oh, yeah, it is really it's really vulnerability, but we will not fix that, so it's not valuable. We don't see an impact, a real impact for the user and anything else." So this kind of communication requires human intermediation. It's open to interpretation because some of the reports is done in natural language, written in natural language, and because of this intermediation, we can incur in extra costs for the projects. So we see these as aspects that could be improved. And then we thought about Bugbuster, which is a trustless open source bug bounty platform. And trustless here means no intermediation. The idea is that we are using Cartesian Rollups SDK to build Bugless, and it allows us to have the rules to validate the exploits defined by code in a deterministic and verified way. So instead of submitting a report written in natural language, you have to submit code that exploits the software in the platform. So the idea is to eliminate long discussions to define if the exploit is illegible or not, the criticality. There is a code that says if you fit into this condition, okay, the reward is yours. So you hack it, you get the reward. Simple like that. It allows projects to use their own tokens, ERC20, as reward. And we have a first alpha version already live on OP mainnet, which is nice for the hackers because you have low gas fees to submit your exploits and execute the vouchers to receive the reward. When you submit an exploit that really match the conditions that the project expects in the bounty, you receive a real voucher that you can then execute on chain and get the reward. And this project is under review on L2Bit currently. If you go to the page on L2Bit, you will see Bugbuster there. Okay, so we know what are bug bounties. We see some points to improve, and we bring the idea, this innovative idea of Bugbuster. You may be curious, how does it work, right? So here I have a diagram to explain that. We can see three components of the solution: Bugbuster web frontend. We have the Bugbuster backend, which is built is the off-chain component based on Cortez Rollups SDK, and we have some smart contracts that are also come from the Cortez Rollups SDK solution. So we have off-chain part and on-chain part. Bugbuster is a rollups, and specific rollups the app. So we have the computation done off-chain. So how things works? Everything works with a white hacker assessing the web front end, and it calls the backend to retrieve the bounce informations and eventually vouchers if there is one already done. So the hacker will see the list of the bounties that are available, and then he will study the code. You do the experimentation to find a vulnerability, and then he can submit that as an exploit code through the web interface that will become an input on the input box smart contract. So the exploit code is stored on chain. The backend is listening for events of the input added on the input box, and this exploit code will reach the Bugbuster main logic that will get that exploit code and will pass that for a very important component of the solution that is an assertion script. Here I'm exemplify using the Solid compiler V0826 that is the first bounty that we created for our software. So you see here the Solid compiler, there is an important component here inside the backend that is this execution environment, which is an alternative virtual machine that the Cortez Rollups solution brings to the place. So it's an isolated environment that runs Linux. So you can run whatever software that compiles through Linux inside this execution environment. So here you are seeing the Solid compiler executable. So we got the source code of the Solid compiler. We cross-compiled it for RISC-V and Linux because the architecture here of this execution environment is RISC-V. So we have the code running here, different from the other bug bounties where you submit your report, but you don't run it into the platform. Here, no, you can run the code into the platform. So we have here the Solid compiler running. The main logic here got the exploit code that the hacker submitted. We passed it to the assertion script. As I mentioned, it's a very important aspect of the solution because here you have all the conditions that allows you to say if an exploit code is valid or not. So it receives the exploit code, validate some preconditions, and then in this case, which is a Solid compiler bound, what is the condition here? If you get the software to a segmentation fault error, then you get the reward. So I get the exploit code that white hacker submitted, validate that, and then submit that to run with the Solid compiler. If it generates a segmentation fault, okay, I inform to the Bugbuster main logic, yeah, this exploit code generated a segmentation fault. Here, segmentation fault is the specific condition for this bound, but whatever bound that you have will have a specific condition for that bound, right? So the Bugbuster main logic then receives this information. Oh, okay, he was able to really generate a segmentation fault. Then he will have his reward. So we put a claim into this smart contract called history, containing the information of a voucher. Uh, this address of this white hacker now has the right to execute this voucher. We are talking about roll-ups, so there is the finality period where you have the voucher that is not cannot be executed until the epoch finish. And this is important because this brings security for the platform, so other validators can check if that claim is really valid or not. If there is no dispute, then after the finality period, the white hacker can then execute this voucher through this another smart contract called Cortez the app. This is also through the web interface, right? And as I mentioned there, you may also be curious, what kind of bounty does it support? Any software that can be compiled to RISC-V in Linux can run inside Bugbuster. And we started with the Solid compiler version 0.826 as its first bounty. And the check here is very simple, is just code that generates segmentation fault. We start Cortez Foundation sponsor it with 4,000 CTSI reward. And the assertion script that I mentioned is a bash script, because remember, we are running inside Linux. So you can run a shell script. You could do the implementation of our assertion script if it were more complex using another language that can run on Linux. So that's the beauty of the thing here. And I think something very important is, let's do a quick live tour for the site. So here we have the Bugbuster web frontend. You can reach that on bugbuster.app, simple like that. You will see some intro information. Here we are warning that we are still in alpha stage. The connect button appear here on the top, and you can click on explore bounties. Currently, we only have this bounty, but we are working on a second one that I will mention later. And when you click on the bounty, you can see some information. Here you see that the bounty is still open. No one exploited it yet. It will end, expires in 63 days. The objective here is to submit code that calls segmentation fault error in the Solid compiler. We can check the assertion script to take a look. This is very important. I put the link here, but show here just for you to have an idea of how can be an assertion script. Here we have the code, the shell script that first validates the exploit code, checking if the code submitted has only ASCII characters. So a simple test. Then we validate the exploit code to check that there is no experimental directives inside the code. And then we simply run the Solce compiler passing the exploit code as parameter. And then we check the result if there was a segmentation fault or not. This is the first bound and is a simple one, but we can improve it a lot with other software. Here is the current reward for this bound. And if there is here the reg that Cortez Foundation sponsored that, we can click here on submit exploit, and then simple like just fill your name and then put here some valid solid code. I'm putting some very simple here code here, just an empty contract. Cortez Rollups SDK brings with Explorer that is available for every DApp built on that solution. Here's the address for Bugbuster. We see that currently there is only 3 inputs. Then I will do this input of an exploit code here. It submit the transaction. MetaMask is open to sign the transaction. Calculating fee. Let's confirm. Okay. we can see here that I assume now we have 4 inputs. We can check here, and you see that in 16 seconds ago there was this input. You can check here the metadata, and then you can see there was a send exploit. The code is encrypted, so you cannot see it here. But this is just the workflow of entering, exploring the bounties available, clicking description, checking the assertion script that the hacker has to match, and then submit exploited codes, right? So back to the presentation, what are the next steps? We are currently working laser focus on support for smart contract bounties. Our idea, we already have the ref, the EVM node implemented on Rust running inside the Cortez machine. We compile that. That is a very important piece to have smart contract run. And then we will deploy smart contract to this ref instance running inside our execution environment. And then we can create any bug bounty based on smart contract, because we will just need to deploy that on this environment and create an assertion script for each bounty. We are also working to produce documents and tutorials for people to start understanding better and creating their own bounties. And that's it. Hope I didn't explore too much time. Jess.
No, that makes sense. So my question is, there was a kind of create bounty there. Can projects come in now or in the future, I guess, and create these bounties? And how cumbersome might that be, and how much support might they need? Like, what's involved in that?
Yeah, at the current stage, anyone interested in creating their own bounty will need to count on our support, because we run the real software inside our execution environment. We cannot submit it as a simple transaction on chain. For example, the Solidity compiler, if I'm not mistaken, has 2 megabytes, Guilherme.
Yeah, I think it's too large to send on chain, right?
It's a binary that would be too large to send as a simple transaction input on chain. So what we are doing, we have a cadence of upgrades planned. So the idea is to have a new version of Bugbuster at each 2-3 months, and then we will build the bounties embedded into the environment execution and then launch a new version. So anyone interested, any project interested in have its bounty on Bugbuster, just enter in contact with us. We have a Telegram group that has direct access to us, and then we give all support needed to create their own bounties that can be embedded into the future versions of Bugbuster.
But it's only a limitation on size. With smart contract bounties, we foresee it to be feasible to send like smart contract suites like OpenZappling on chain, because that's much smaller than a binary like the Solidity compiler.
Very nice, good presentation. And like that, this project makes very logical sense as well, because it's like I didn't actually know that there wasn't anything out there currently where it's like in order to get this bug bounty, actually show me the exploit on chain, and then it's like we can automate whatever reward that we outline that you get. It's very cool. It seems like it would save projects some time.
Yeah, and one thing that we like it with this idea is that hackers now can check their assertion script, and instead of just looking randomly through the source codes of the project trying to find a vulnerability, now they have some goals, some targets very clear defined. You read the assertion script, oh, okay, the reward is only if I found this kind of vulnerability, of this kind of bug. So I will focus my attention to this problem to get the reward.
Very cool, very cool. All right, so if projects see this and they want to do something with you guys, where should they go? How can they get in
Oh,
contact with you?
yeah, just enter on bugbuster.app, and here on the footer you have the X account and also the link for our Telegram group. There will be direct contact with me and Guilherme, that are the main software developers involved on that.
Very cool. I love it. All right. Thank you guys for coming up and presenting. Very good presentation.
Thank you, Jess.
Of course. All right. So I will kick it over to ClickPad. How's it going?
Hello. Yeah, it's going great. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well. You
All right,
want to
so
share
I'll
your
just
screen and you can,
yeah.
I'll put it up and you can get kicked off. All right, beautiful.
Okay, so it's visible, right?
Yep, all good.
So I don't have a presentation as such, but let me tell you what my project is. As you know that nowadays the thumbnail of the video, for example on YouTube, the thumbnail is just as much important as the video itself, because if the user is not going to find the thumbnail interesting, he's not going to click on it, and if he's not going to click on it, he's not going to watch the video. So my platform helps content creators to get the best thumbnail with the help of AI and human votes. All right, so right off the bat, if you want to log in, I'm using the WorldCoin login. Why I'm using this is because it gives one person just one account. So the person cannot make different accounts just in order to um, get money. Or okay, I will just come on that point again. So right now I'm just verifying using World ID, and as you can see, my identity is confirmed. Now, right off the bat, you can see the create page right here. So what the creator can do is, if they have several different thumbnails made for their upcoming video, they can just upload it. For example, I will upload these two, and they can add a title. For example, okay, and they can add a reward. Now this reward is going to be split between all of the voters that are going to vote on this on his thumbnails. So let's just say this creator is crazy rich and he decides to give $1,000 reward for anyone who votes on this thumbnail. So as you can see, the equivalent ETH amount is 0.3, and let's say he just wants 100 votes on his thumbnails. You can easily switch the network from Optimism to Base to Mode, etc. And let's say, fortunately, I have $1,000 to give away, Mr. Beast or something, and I'll just confirm it in my wallet. All right, I'll just confirm it. Done. Now I will check if the transaction is actually completed. Okay, there we go. We are uploading the images. All right, the post has been published. Also, if the creator is broke, doesn't have $1,000, and he doesn't even have a designer to make his thumbnails, what we can do is he can use our AI to make thumbnails for him. For example, let's just say I want to make a video to educate people about crypto trading. All right, now learn crypto. Oh, this is the text that I want on my thumbnail, and I can give it a good description. For example, give a nice thumbnail with some stocks and man with surprise expressions, and the AI do the magic, and the thumbnail should appear in here. Let's just give it a minute. All right, so learn trading with me in 10 minutes. This is a pretty attractive thumbnail, I think. With one click, he can add it to his videos. And for now, I'm just adding another thumbnail because we need 2 thumbnails at least to vote. All right, AI vote, for an example. The reward. Okay, I'm not wasting time in getting another vote. All right, let's just head to another user. This is somewhere who's coming here to vote. And when you move to the vote page, you should see all the thumbnail posts that are created by all of the content creators. And he needs to connect his wallet first in order to vote. Okay, so my wallet is connected. You see there's votes. All right. So, okay, for example, this is one post. All right, so I have two options right here, and I can submit any of the votes. Like from this, I would know that which is the most attractive thumbnail for me, which is like users can actually vote on the thumbnail that they find interesting, and the content creator can view how many votes each thumbnail has got on his profile. All right, so as you can see, for example, on this, he can see how many number of votes each of the thumbnail has got. So through this, he can know which thumbnail he has to put in order to get the max user views. So basically, he's basically getting a thumbnail, and he knows which thumbnail to put on his video so that he will get the most number of clicks, because it's been proved by the users that the user liked this thumbnail, so he has got a proof itself. And the user, in turn, will get some rewards. That, for example, the $10 reward I get in my transactions, and I can see the balances here, and I can withdraw the money. So this is a win-win for both the creator and the voters. The voter gets money for basically clicking, and the creator gets the best thumbnail he can get for his videos. And with a click, he can easily withdraw it in his account. Yeah, so that's it. That's my project.
Very cool. Now I understand why the WorldCoin login, so that it
Yeah,
doesn't get
yeah,
botted, and it's actual
yep,
actual humans that are voting
yeah.
on this.
Because
Yeah, this is
that's the whole point, right? To get human interaction, because humans are going to click on the videos, not bots. So this prevents bots from my site.
for sure. I'm interested in the thumbnail AI generator. Let's say you have like a bunch of different mock-ups for your thumbnail. Could you upload those mock-ups and add the topic and kind of description, and then would the AI be able to create kind of a concatenation of
Uh,
all those different mock-ups, or give you some ideas?
by mockups, you mean like I already have some images, and I upload the
Yeah,
images and tell the AI that make them better, something like that.
right.
Yeah, that can be done. That could be done. We were thinking about it, but as of now, I am currently working on this project, and this is what I've built so far. But yeah, I will add that. I'll add that feature.
Yeah,
It's a nice
I
one.
would definitely find that helpful, because I've spent many hours creating thumbnails, and then I'm like, I don't know which one to use. I would just wish I could there's an AI out there I could stick it into that I know of, to take those and like make it better, or kind
Yeah,
of combine all of them into something nice.
exactly. And plus, because AI cannot give you, like AI cannot think like humans do. Like he cannot give you which thumbnail would be preferred by users. So that's where the voting part comes in. Like you can actually know what thumbnail is liked by the users. You can know which thumbnail is loved by the users. So the probability increases of them clicking on the video.
Yeah, this is a very cool project. If you were going to add one feature, prioritize one feature, like what would you build next? What would you add?
All right. I was thinking about adding more traditional options for payments, because not all the creators are using Optimism coins or Base for now. So I was thinking about adding some traditional payment options.
Very cool. When did this go live?
Technically, it is live, but in the development phase. But I don't know, like a week or two. If there is a user base for this, if user wants this, that's basically the reason I came here today, to actually know if this is a good idea, if creators are going to use it.
Yeah, well, the only thing that might potentially be an issue is how many creators are willing to pay other people to come in and figure out which one of their thumbnails is better. And so then maybe just um, this is just a suggestion, but maybe there's something where you can get all of the many creators to come in who are looking for feedback on their thumbnail and get that kind of community together, and then everybody else votes on everybody's thumbnail, and so it's like you're kind of collectively helping each other out.
All right.
For non-monetary gain, or there could be some monetary gain wrapped in there as well.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the problem right now. I need to get a good enough user base to make them vote. 'Cause that's the point. Or what I can do is I can use an AI to basically tell which one is the best thumbnail. I can train a model based on how humans think, and that can help.
I really love that one. That one's a good one.
Because there's
Yeah,
enough
this
data on what humans like, and yeah, the model can be trained.
very true. If you could pull data from YouTube.
Yeah, like YouTube, like monitors everything, right? What user like, what user doesn't like. I can get the data from somewhere.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, YouTube would have, or I don't know if it's available, but I imagine hopefully they would make it available. The kind of all of the videos.
Mm.
It's like you download images of thumbnails and then have the click through rates and
Certain
views.
elements
Yeah,
in the thumbnails which are particularly attracted
that
towards. Yeah, cool.
that'd be super valuable. I like it.
All
All right,
right.
very cool. Yeah, thank you for coming up and presenting, and also
Thank you.
thank you to all presenters. Great presentations today. So we do the Superchain Demo Day every 2 weeks, and so in 2 weeks we'll live stream another one. If you want to sign up to apply and demo on the Superchain Demo Day, you can head to the Optimism Discord, and there is a Demo Day thread in there where you can apply. All right. Thank you, presenters. Thank you, everybody viewing on Twitter and YouTube. Have a good one.